Hello and welcome to Quick Comic Fixes. Here's where I'll review the books that I didn't really have enough to say about to make their own video. Which is, I'm sure you'll agree, a strong premise for an entire series of videos. Our first book is Siege Issue 1. Remember that event? Siege? Big wrap up to Dark Reign? Neither does anyone else, including the writer of this book. It's just the wall from Game of Thrones, but on Battleworld and with more robots. There's nothing else I can really say about it in terms of recap. So what did I think of this book? Well, let's start with the story. Like many Battleworld books, it has to spend a lot of time introducing us to the world and characters without much chance to get story in outside of the setup. Abigail Brand is a strong lead, and I've loved her since Astonishing X-Men. It was nice to see Miss America Chavez pop up from her banishment in A-Force, and Lady Kate Bishop from Secret Wars Journal. It helps this book feel like a part of the larger Battleworld, which a lot of books have failed to do. I also like this book's tone. It's very somber. The shield is something that is pretty much destined to fall at some point, especially given events in this story. It gives a great, hopeless tone to this book, helped by the artwork, which is stylish but very grim. It also includes several epic splash pages depicting the shield and battles surrounding it in its full glory. Overall, I would say this is probably one of the best books to pick up if you really want to get deep into the world building of Battleworld, as it not only contains characters from various domains, but portrays something very important to the world. I would say that, like many first issues of Secret Wars tie-ins, I'm left a little unsure of where it's going, but I like its tone and characters, so I will be picking up the second issue. So, what are the release schedules and annuals, Marvel? Is it, I don't know, whenever a movie is coming out about a character, and we need a self-contained story people can rush to the comic book shop to buy? You can tell me. I won't judge you any more than I already do. This story is really fun. Set after Age of Ultron, but focusing on a flashback to a story set earlier. This book follows a team-up between Hank Pym and Scott Lang. Written by Nick Spencer, it is dripping with his usual style. Whip-fast dialogue, continuity jokes, and general silliness are abound. There isn't much to say about the plot, really. Hank Pym and Scott Lang team up, kinda like that movie that came out recently, and fight Egghead, a villain from the 80s. It's good old-fashioned team-up fun, and if it weren't so incredibly self-aware, it would probably fit perfectly into a mid-80s Ant-Man omnibus. Between two stories where he worries about what the Avengers, Wasp, and random people on the street think of him, because he's Ant-Man. The major selling point of this book to me, though, is the relationship between Hank and Scott. Whilst they are incredibly mean to each other, it is a Nick Spencer book after all, there is an undercurrent of genuine caring that really gives this book some heart. On top of that, Spencer's surprising love for Hank Pym and Scott Lang is notable, and seeing as I do rather love the various Ant-Men, that's something I love to see. The book ends with a lovely tease for the future of Giant Man, one that I'm really curious to see where it goes, seeing as he doesn't appear to be in any of the books announced so far. Overall, this book is incredibly funny and a loving tribute to Ant-Man, so I personally would recommend it. So, has no one ever questioned the name Martian Manhunter before? It's in the name. Hunter of men. The deadliest game. Has no one ever questioned why we let this guy just kinda hang out on Earth? It's like letting a guy called Human Pigfucker live on your swine farm. Martians are striking in every city, and the Martian Manhunter himself is the cause of it. This issue drew me in a lot more than the first issue, by bringing a closer focus to John as he prepares to kill himself, to not be captured by the other Martians. I felt like the first issue didn't offer me, a new reader, a hook into this character, but seeing his guilt, seeing his pain at being lied to, and seeing his indecision really make me like him. It also hooked me more to the character of Pearl, a jewel thief from Dubai, who got her backstory explained, and actually started moving within the plot. Mr. Biscuits, the mysterious alien from issue 1, is also now on the move, and he's one of the many mysteries this book presents. The art's great, the stakes have really been set, and I finally care about the main characters. I'm not going to take back what I said about the first issue, not really bringing me in, but I think it's definitely getting better now. Killer Cars? Set in London? Who else is completely shocked this was written by an ex-Doctor Who writer? Written by Ben Aronovich, and based in the same universe's book series by the same name, Rivers of London follows Peter Grant, one of the only detectives in a specialised branch of the Metropolitan Police dedicated to magic. This book feels very British genre show in its style. It's light, humorous, and just kind of incredibly accepting of the strange world it takes place in. It's nothing to write home about, but Peter Grant is a likeable protagonist, the world is cool and the story is intriguing. If you like classic Doctor Who, I would say give it this a shot. So what did you guys think of these books? And also tell me what you think of this format of reviews. Of course, I'll still be doing single episode reviews, but sometimes there are comics that I want to review, but I don't have enough to riff on to make a full video of. Leave a comment, and while you're down there, you could, like and subscribe and give me the validation I need to continue with my life.